This week's workout is called Rocky 10. It is a 20-minute EMOM. You'll be alternating between 2 different minutes. In the first minute, you'll have to complete wall balls and burpees. In the second minute, you'll have to perform a ground to overhead. And the rep scheme will be increasing every minute. The score for this workout is a total number of ground to overheads completed in the 20-minute EMOM. It's really important to understand that across the 4 different groups, live, perform, compete, and gymnast, the movements and reps will vary slightly, so make sure you read and understand the appropriate rep scheme for your program. The way that this workout works is that in the first minute, when you complete the wall balls and the burpees, those reps will stay the same across all sets, 10 sets in total. Now, for the ground to overhead, athletes will have the choice of a clean and jerk or a snatch. Doesn't matter which you choose. In your first round, you will begin with 2 repetitions. In the next minute, it will increase to 4 repetitions. In the next minute, it will increase to 6 repetitions, and so on, so forth. Sorry, I tried to do 6 there. Now, eventually, you will be unable to complete all of your repetitions inside that minute. And when that time comes, you will restart your reps back at 2 and start to climb back up the ladder. Now, for the gymnast program, the movements are slightly different. In the first minute, where the reps and movements stay the same, you will complete a ground to overhead and an air squat. In the second minute, the ascending minute, you will begin with burpees, 4 repetitions, and you'll be adding 2 repetitions every minute. Total score for the gymnast program with a total number of burpees completed over the 20-minute EMOM. Now, what is this workout testing? First and foremost, it's testing barbell technique and efficiency when it comes to cycling a barbell. Most athletes are either going to be doing fast singles or a touch and go technique. The second thing that this workout will most definitely be challenging athletes on is lower body and shoulder endurance. When we look at the movements here, wall balls, burpees, and a ground to overhead movement, the legs, both the squat and the hinge pattern, and the overhead movement is going to be tested. And over 20 minutes of work, that's a lot of repetitions that you're going to be completing. The last thing that this workout will be challenging you on is your aerobic system, right? The ability to breathe and move blood continually for a lot of repetitions at light to moderate loads for 20 minutes. How does this workout fit within our current training cycle? Well, in the context of the world, a lot of our subscribers are still just returning to the gym. And our training program so far hasn't really been focusing on heavy loads, particularly when it comes to barbell cycling. So as the last few weeks have been, the loads using this workout are light to moderate, and we're going a little bit longer in duration, given that we've done a lot of longer aerobic work. Now let's talk about pacing. This is a tricky one, so I want to give you guys some different options based on who you are as an athlete. The first decision you need to make is in the first minute of each workout, where you're going to be completing the wall balls and the burpees. Are you going to go and complete that work as fast as possible to give yourself a little bit more rest? Or are you going to break up and spread out those repetitions across the minute to keep heart rate and endurance and fatigue a little bit lower, but then go straight into the barbell movement? Both has their pros and cons. Because the repetitions of the barbell movement are going to be increasing each round, you can assume that for most people, the first 3 to 5 rounds is going to be a warm-up. As you get past 3 to 5 rounds, that's when the workout really starts to get challenging. So in that first 3 to 5 rounds is a great opportunity for you to really dial in technique and efficiency in all your movements, particularly with that barbell. Next question is, are you going to snatch that bar or are you going to clean and jerk that bar? It really depends on how heavy the load is relative to what your snatch and clean and jerk is, and secondly, what you feel most comfortable doing. Now's not the time, especially in later rounds where you're getting fatigued, to be executing a movement that you don't feel comfortable with. With that said, it may be an option to actually use both variations, both the snatch and the clean and jerk. The snatch advantage is it allows us to move through a ground to overhead quicker. The disadvantage is that you have to put a little bit more effort into execute each repetition. So you may, in earlier rounds, start with the snatch variation and later rounds move to the clean and jerk variations, for example. The next question with the barbell, touch and go or singles, or both. The touch and go obviously allows you to complete your repetitions much faster, but of course it's more tiring and more taxing because there's an eccentric component where we're having to lower that weight down. Singles is slower, but conserves energy much more than a touch and go variation. Athletes may actually use both. For example, they may start the set with a set of touch and go reps and then finish off the rest of the repetitions with some singles. Similarly, in later rounds, as you're getting close to that cap and you're trying to complete all your reps, you may hold on to a touch and go variation to get the reps done faster. The last consideration you have to make from a pacing standpoint is when do you decide to finish your last round? You may decide to make a tactical decision whereby you decide, I'm not gonna go forward and push on to the next round. I'm simply gonna restart my reps here. You may do that just to kind of stay away from failure and full muscle fatigue. Or you may decide to just keep on pushing till you literally can't do any more reps. And then when it starts back at 2 reps, maybe that's enough to allow you to recover and get back into workout. That's a decision you're gonna have to make. Overall, it's a great workout. It's a challenging one from a pacing standpoint, and there's gonna be a ton of different strategies here. What I would suggest is write out a basic strategy, listen to this whole video, and be adaptable on the fly as you go through this workout. To finish off, to our online subscribers, make sure you put your scores into WhatUp, and along with your scores, add some notes so our coaching team can understand how you tackle this workout and just generally how you're feeling. Because remember, this program is built based on the feedback of our subscribers. To those of you who do not subscribe, we'd love you to do this workout. Grab some friends, throw down, and put your scores in the comments below. This week's workout is... Oh, I missed it.